internet. Welcome back to the latest episode of What the Heck Are You Doing to That Scamp? Just kidding. It's been a bit of a time warp since our last episode. It's been a few months. It's mid-March now. Running out of time before summer, but life had other plans this winter. So getting back at it now. Let's see, where did we leave off? We were pulling out the inside, trying to get at the frame so that we can figure out how much we need to do to get that beefed up some. The Scamp frame is probably adequate for pulling behind a Subaru, but for putting suspension on and bouncing it down some really crappy roads, it's probably not going to be enough. So in this episode, I hope to get a good amount of the frame reinforcement work done. I made a trip to the steel yard, picked up a bunch of steel yesterday. We have a new axle, and thanks to our latest sponsor, I went onto Facebook Marketplace and picked up some used Tacoma rear suspension from 3rd Gen. I really wanted to go with something that's super duper common because if we're out on a long trip and something goes wrong, I really want to be able to find parts reasonably easy. So the obvious choices there are Jeeps or the Tacoma. As far as leaf springs go, the Tacoma is rated for 1,700-ish pounds for the rear axle, or the rear springs I should say, and hopefully the Scamp itself will be well under 1,500 when I'm all done. Hopefully. At least this was a good enough deal where I can experiment and see how it goes. But today, like I said, the goal is to get a lot of the prep work and some welding done on the front of the frame itself, and probably try and get the old blown up axle off. Wish me luck. Alright, so here is the only rot I've encountered so far. Some surface rust here and there, but you can see here these have rotted out pretty bad. Not a big deal, it's just sheet metal, so I can rebuild that. I was actually thinking about making these box section to tie better into the frame and support this, rather than just a thin little thing of sheet metal here that then hangs onto some angle iron at the bottom. We can make that a lot better. But yeah, this thing takes whatever that glue crap is. I'm assuming that's factory from Scamp. The flap discs really just destroyed themselves pretty quickly, but yeah, it's gonna keep working. Little progress update from my tongue installation. I did a bunch of cleaning up and sanding from the oopsies from destruction of the original tongue. Got a little western in a couple spots, cut through a little too far. So I've been patching those in and sanding them smooth. But this is the front section that I cut out to make room for the receiver tube. You can see here just how thin the tubing is on the Scamp originally, comparing it to like the thickness of a receiver tube. It's kind of a huge difference. I wouldn't want to make a trailer out of the receiver tube because that'd be really expensive and really heavy. But my plan is to take these two outer rails, which go all the way to the back of the trailer in one piece. Going to put a plate of 3/16, of 1/8 inch all the way across the vertical plane, and then another 1.5 inch of 1/8 inch plate, solid all the way back. That should give me about a 3/16. I think that should be plenty. In the areas that need extra reinforcement, like suspension mounts, those will be beefed up even more. But from front to back, that is the plan. And then inside here, there's a 1.5 by 3 tube that goes as a cross member that came from Scamp that way. I did a 3/16 inch plate on the outside for the receiver tube to mount to. That should give me plenty of strength for the torque and everything. With the 3 tubes, I think that'll be great. And then the additional thing for the tubing is I really want to fill in these kind of cups from the bender that they use to bend this radius here. I think the pictures that I've seen online of Scamps where they break, it's usually at this bend or somewhere in the drop step, or drop floor I should say, right in there. So that'll all get beefed up quite a bit too. Okay, just as I was making some good progress on welding up all of the frame reinforcements off camera, I ran out of gas, as usual. So I think that's probably a good place to stop. In the next episode, I think that we're going to end up probably having to cut off the blown out torsion axle and get that out of the way so I can start reinforcing the middle and get the suspension, at least the front mounts, done so that I can figure out axle placement. What did we learn in this episode? We learned that welding upside down sucks. We definitely learned that. All right, see you next time.